Regie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. It is Friday. I am feeling frisky, and I decided to jump on here to spend a little bit of time talking with you guys about a couple of things. And there is an announcement that I need to make, so I definitely wanted to get on here to make people aware of some things. Jaime Sandoval, it's good to see you, brother. Steve, always good to see you, brother. Dale of Suspense is in the house. Isaac is here. Unruly Simeon, my man Joe. Bro, I was just looking at your thumbnail on Instagram literally 2 seconds ago. Well done, my friend. Well done. Berg family is in the house. My man Ken is in here. How you doing, brother? 1G, stand up. Juggernaut, it's always good to see you, brother. Super honorable nephew. Somehow or another, bro, I blanked on your name the other day. I was in the middle of a live stream. I was like talking about Nocterra, making this really wonderful point, and was like, my man, and it did not come to me. I don't know how I messed that one up. Mountain air, is it fresh up there in the air of the mountain? All right, it's good to see you guys. We're getting closer and closer to getting to 14,000 subscribers. And as a reminder, shout out to my friends over at Dynamite. They hooked me up with some really, really awesome covers that we are going to be giving away as part of me reaching 14,000 subscribers. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you guys to go ahead and do that. We're going to give away those awesome covers from Dynamite, along with some other things that have been supplied to me over the last several months. So I definitely encourage you guys to go ahead and hit that button and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. It's good to see everybody up in here. My man Hydra Collectibles from across the pond. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. David is up in here. Burke family's like, gimme. Couple of cool covers, man. Couple of cool covers. We're going to give those away. The folks over at Skybound hooked me up with some stuff. Those really awesome Walking Dead Deluxe Edition covers. They sent me a stack of those things. So we're going to put together a pretty nice package and hook somebody up. Jose, it's good to see you, brother. Welcome. We're going to hook some people up. The part of the reason why I wanted to do this live stream was to give you guys an update on my variant, specifically the variant that many of you ordered so many months ago. The blue label and yellow label variants that you guys ordered, the Gung Ho Sexy Beast issue number 4. My goodness, it has been a heck of a delay, but I have some of the books in. The blue labels are in. I have already bagged them up, boxed them up, and shipped them off to you. So if you placed an order for a Regie Collects Sexy Beast number 4 blue label, you should have in your inbox a message from me basically giving you your tracking number on these things. If you ordered the yellow label and you did a yellow label and a blue label, I haven't sent those out just yet because I'm waiting for the yellow labels to arrive. But if you placed an order for a blue label, you should have it. If you got raw copies, you should have those as well. And if you don't have it, then you let me know. You send me a message, let me know what's going on. Maybe I missed something in the system, but I believe that I cleared everything out of the e-commerce system. So that is what it looks like. That's a horrible glare, but not much that I can do about that. This is Gung Ho Sexy Beast number 4. This is the Virgin sketch cover. This is the B cover. Really nice cover by Yuko Smith. He did a fantastic job on this one for me. The thing was, I wanted a combination of sexy and beast, and this is what he put together, and I think it's really well done. It turned out quite nice, and it's cool to see your face, your likeness on the back of a slab is just a cool thing. You know, we always do red back covers and then we have the logo there. So definitely a cool thing. My personal favorite, to be honest with you, is this one right here, the black and white. The black and white, I think, is just amazing right there. It turned out incredibly well. So I'm definitely pleased about that. Same back cover over there. So again, if folks placed an order, I am very appreciative of your patience and your support of the channel. Know that you should have a message in your inbox. If you placed an order for Blue Label, it should be in your inbox. In that box, that order is already en route to you. Joe says, yeah, I brother, I have yours sitting here on the desk. And when I get the yellow labels, you will get your book. The thing is, I didn't charge enough for multiple separate orders. So that's the reason why I'm trying to avoid trying to charge people or having to eat the $15 to send it out to you. So I'm going to ask for a little bit of continued patience. What I will also say is that about 135 of my books at CGC have actually started to move forward in the progress in the process. So I'm very excited about that, to see that many books actually start to move forward, either being shipped, being scheduled for grading, in the process of grading and encapsulation, and also being at CCS, being registered by CCS in the system. I have about 130 some odd books that have all now started to move along in the process. So I'm very excited about that, because you guys know what the turnaround times look like. They are not good. And it's nice to see some things actually come out. It was nice. So I did mess up. And I actually did not get a 9.8 on one of the books, man. So I'm a little disappointed by that. This one actually came back at a 9.6. I could have swore that I did the screener on these, but I could have been wrong. I could have missed it. So this book actually got a 9.6. I'm not quite sure what to do with that one. It may just end up staying in my personal collection. But yeah, we had one reject, if you will, that did not score a 9.8. So it is what it is. I picked these books very, very carefully because I did not get these pressed. Previously, when I did a variant, I actually got them all pressed, which took, more time, of course. These, I handpicked them, and I only sent in what I felt was like the best of the best books, so as to reduce cost and also to hopefully, speed up the process. That's part of the reason why I did it. So it's nice that the vast majority actually came back 9.8. We have one 9.6, and it is what it is. So scrolling through, Jeff, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you, my friend. What is this? Reggie, do you still have those eyes sketch holders for comic books? I'm not sure what that means. Serge. You may have to give me a little bit more context, because I think maybe autocorrect got you on that, or I'm not quite reading it correctly. We got a couple of good books back there, man. A couple of good books. A wall that I'm definitely proud of, man. I look back to the end of 2017, the beginning of 2018, and I can tell you, I didn't have a single one of those books. Not one of those books was in my possession. I have worked really, really hard to put together what you see back there on that wall. And a lot of what I did to get those books is the very thing that I put into the various videos that I release from the channel, right? So I don't keep secrets. I do some stuff. I move in silence. And then when I know that it worked, then I create a video, and I'm like, hey, here's something that you might want to consider. That's basically how we've been able to do it. Donald, it's good to see you, brother. Welcome. Scrolling through some of the comments here. What is this? Reggie, is there a way? Yeah, it's regiecollects.com. That is literally it. You go to regiecollects.com here with boom, right there, regiecollects.com. And right at the very top, you will see shop. You hit that, and then you have access to the entire store. We do immediate shipping. Somebody reached out to me and was like, I just ordered this and I already have it in my hand. That's because we do immediate shipping. You order something, I bundle it up personally, and I send it out to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. So the blue covers, the blue labels, I think the vast majority of them have already been shipped out or are already spoken for. I don't think that I have any surplus inventory of the graded books. There are still raw copies available on the website for folks if you want to check those out. The vast majority of people actually ordered yellow labels. So that's part of the reason why I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get the yellow labels back, because that's where the vast majority of people actually ordered. So I'm going to, as soon as those come in, I'm going to be bundling those yellow labels out and sending them out to people. But again, there are raw copies available on the website, regiecollects.com. And I think it's like /shop or something like that. I could be completely wrong. Stoutman, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. My man, Scott, it's good to see you, bro. Hope you are doing well, my friend. I sent you an email like first thing this morning. It might have been like 6:30 maybe when I sent you an email. So check it out when you get a chance. A lot of great feedback again on the video, the live stream that I just did the other day with Steve and Donald. A lot of really wonderful feedback on that video. People are digging us three coming together and having the conversation around the topics that we are talking about. And there was a very bold statement. There was a very bold statement that was made by Steve in this live stream that we did for Comics Today on Wednesday. I actually changed the thumbnail for the entire show because of this bold statement. His bold statement was that he felt like Static was the next Miles Morales. That's a very, very bold statement. I don't think that he's wrong. I think that he's on to something about that. A lot will depend upon the WB and DC and others at Milestone Media doing the right things. But it was a very bold statement. I actually, again, changed the thumbnail because of that. If you haven't seen that show, check it out. I put some jump links in the description that will allow you to jump to various points of that conversation because it was about an hour long, which is a lot. It's a lot of conversation. So I put some links in there that allow you to kind of jump around to be able to check that out. So Scott, don't come up in here asking me to redo what I just did. Don't do that. I know you're my boy and all, but don't do that. So the dopeness is my variant comic is back from CGC. It is there we go. It has been a little bit in the making, but we have the blue labels back from CGC. Cover A right there, and then cover B are both back. We have already shipped out the vast majority of these to people. So folks should already have their tracking numbers in their inboxes if they placed an order for the blue label. If I do have extra blue labels left after I fulfill orders, those will be posted to the website, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. I don't think that there's going to be any, to be honest with you. There are raw copies available on the website, regiecollects.com/shop. I do believe that that's it. Man, my kids, I can actually hear them in the other room right now. We put their toy room outside of my comic book room. So occasionally you will still hear some children in the house. But that it is what it is. It is what it is. We love the kids. So scrolling through, I agree. However, WBDC is too inept to make Static the next Miles. Here's the thing though. What we talked about on the show, and I don't disagree with that. I want to provide a little bit of context. What we spoke about was the fact that Milestone Media seems to be operating a little bit independent of DC and may have some latitude to do some things on their own. And so while we don't know the ownership shares, if you will, of the intellectual property, it seems like there are three people that are the primaries, right? Reginald Hudlin, Dennis Cowan, and I think the last guy's name was Dennis. And these guys have experience in movies and TV shows for a very long period of time. And the thought was if they put their minds to it, then potentially they can make some magic happen, even if it might be independent of the DC WB relationship. I don't know. I don't know what latitude they have, because again, I'm not privy to those contracts. I would love to see those contracts, but I don't think I have I don't know the details of that. It's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you, my friend. Scrolling through the comments here. Scott's like, I need that variant. Again, if you guys want to check it out, it is available on regiecollects.com. What's up, Swoldiers? I made it to my first live show since Regie relocated. Great stuff. Welcome, brother. Jim Ford, welcome to another one of my live streams. It is good to see you. This is a little bit of an impromptu live stream that I decided to do to let people know that the variant comic, the Regie Collects Sexy Beast Gung Ho variant, is finally in from CGC. I have about 130 books that have started to make their way through the CGC process at various states. So I'm very excited about that. Still a handful more that haven't yet moved beyond received, but about 130 that are moving through the process. I'm definitely excited to get these things. So what is this? Your kids doing a play? Yeah, man. Yeah, Dad. It would not be surprised if they walked in and was like, Dad, you're making too much noise. Dad, can you shh? No, that's what kids do. Jay, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you, my friend. I missed your name just that quick. As I was about to click on it, your name like disappeared. Where did he go? There we go. Just Pele. There he is. Good to see you, brother. I love this dude. We talk a lot. back and forth occasionally, you know, in these sporadic moments, we have these exchanges. I enjoy this guy's perspective. So it is good to see you, my friend. Warner Brothers does not own Milestone. You are right, Reggie. Depends upon the contract. There you go. Because what was the thing is when I looked at some of their very early statements, and when I looked at the date, I saw how long ago this was. They kind of talked about the fact that the ownership of Milestone media took about 2 years for them to like reconcile some of this stuff, right? To figure out, to get the contracts done and all that kind of stuff. It took about 2 years. So in those years that followed, those preceding years, there were statements that were issued by Reginald Hutland and others basically saying that they were keeping their options open. They were looking at different publishers. They were looking at different options that made sense for them. And when I initially read them, I did not realize the date. So it seems like they were trying to make some moves. I saw the date and then I realized that maybe they were doing a little bit of jockeying with the different publishers that were out there, maybe putting a little pressure on DC. I'm not quite sure, but the ownership to me seems a little nebulous. And I'm glad that Joe is making some comments here that it seems to be that Warner Media and DC do not own Milestone. It was a imprint. They were being distributed through DC, but ownership seems to be with the three principals that I mentioned earlier today. Maybe there's others involved. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So I assume Milestone was another DC imprint similar to Black Label. I think that they were, but that might have been the old Milestone, right? Because Milestone went away for like 2 decades, right? They went away for like 2 decades and then came back. And I don't know what happened with the pieces that moved around. You know what I'm saying? So gotta scoot. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Mountain Air, for stopping by, brother. And thank you for that super chat. Those contributions and donations to the channel actually mean a lot. So thank you very much for that. Prince Zodiac, congratulations on the variant. Thank you, man. The guys, Donald and Steve, they're solid guys. They show up, they say some really awesome stuff. And I am appreciative, and we have a good time. That's the other part of it. We have a good time, and I think that comes through the screen. My man, Super Honorable Nephew, dropping it in here. I'm still on the hunt for more. I love this guy. Thank you, brother, and good luck. Good luck buying all the variants. Good luck buying all the variants out there. I definitely appreciate you swinging by. Thanks to you guys. I definitely appreciate it. There was something I was going to talk about. You know, again, if you guys haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do that. We are getting closer and closer to 14,000 subscribers. When we get there, the folks at Dynamite hooked me up with some really cool stuff. Couple of variant covers here from some of their publications that we are going to give away as part of me reaching 14,000 subs. Those guys are awesome. They hooked me up with some stuff. We gave away some stuff already to Patreon members, but we still have these covers that will be given away in some shape or form once we reach 14,000 subs. So Milestone can take their properties to Netflix. We don't know. We don't know what the contract looks like. Right. If they are not a wholly owned company or something like that by DC, then or WB, they could potentially shop their stuff wherever they want to shop it, whoever wants to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you for a fact that like Reginald Hutland has been doing TV for a long time. He's been doing movies. He writes Philadelphia for Image, which is a creator-owned property, and he's also doing some things for Dynamite coming up, right? So this is a guy that does not necessarily adhere to boundaries, if you will. He's kind of roaming around doing his thing, and he's a super creative guy. So there's the possibility that anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? And that might be the best way to do it, is to keep your options open, being wet versus being wedded to someone. Because if you watch the live stream that we did, one of the things that one of the fellows brought up was the conflict that existed between DC and Milestone back in the day. Milestone wanted to do things and they encountered difficulties doing some of those things. The two of the original principals from back in the day are still involved and possibly owners to this day. And because of that, they may remember that. They remember those conflicts that they had with DC and may have wanted to really keep their options open so as to still allow them to do what they wanted to do without having those handcuffs that might have been there before. So who knows? Who knows? Nobody wants to sign a 360 deal talking about music where somebody else essentially owns you and might even own your masters. And that statement will become relevant here when I release a video possibly next week. So stay tuned to that. But there's a lot of really cool stuff going on, man. I am working behind the scenes aggressively on a lot of cool stuff that at some point, you know, we're gonna bring out to people and let people see some of the cool stuff that we're working on. What is that? Take it to the house with Mouse, says Prince. Hey, that might not be a bad way to go, man. That might not be a bad way to go. The House of Mouse does not mess around, and Static is a pretty dope character. There is no doubt about that. And with the right push, with the right script, with the right actors, it has a whole lot of potential to do some really, really cool stuff. So Joe is making a comment here. It says, from my standpoint, the one potential problem is that they may have signed away some rights when the characters entered the DCU, but even so, if the contract may have a time limit, you could be right. I don't know how many of those characters actually crossed over, because I think it was in the New 52, I want to say, that Static actually came over. I don't know about the other characters, to be honest with you. There are a lot of unknown details here that could either when revealed mean that they have no encumbrances, and we may find that they actually have some encumbrances and limitations. Only time will tell which way this thing is going to go. But from a lot of the statements that were out there from Reginald Hutland, some of the more recent ones, I should say, they are thinking, I think, very broadly about how best to approach this. I think that they recognize the IP that they have at their disposal, and I think that they are going to try to strike while the iron is hot and to take advantage of the opportunity that exists. They were talking about trading cards and movies and TV shows, and there was one other category. Might have been games, but they seem to be keeping their options open, and it'll be really, really interesting to see. You know, you're not the first one to actually make this comment, man. You're not the first one. A couple of people have actually made this similar suggestion to me. You know, for me, one of the big things is having people that I can go to discuss different topics, right? Depending upon the epiphanies that I have, depending upon what's actually happening out there, I need a stable of people that I can go to that can show up and deliver. And little by little, week after week, you guys see this. I am developing that group of people that I can go to have these kinds of conversations. And I think you guys know who they are, right? There's a lot of them. And it's wonderful for me to be able to have this idea and to send a message and be like, hey, Wednesday, 7:15, can you do it? I have never received a no. I've received a, hey, in advance, I'm going to be out of town this week. So if you need me, I won't be available, but I just want you to know in advance. Right? That's the message that I've received. So it's nice. It's nice to be able to reach out to folks. But instead of having where I was going with this, instead of having a standing appointment, there has to be something that like I'm inspired by, or we are inspired by, that drives that conversation. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to be a forced thing. Well, hey, we're scheduled to talk, so let's go ahead. No, I don't want to do that. That's boring. But I think what you've seen is that these guys are delivering. And it doesn't matter whether you're talking about Matt or Steve or Doug or Donald or Joe, because Joe's been on the show, or, you know, it doesn't matter. Just good people that have a perspective that I enjoy talking to, you know. And so we're going to continue it because I definitely appreciate them and the conversation. So the network is getting swole. Swole, just stand up. This one was cool. And Clayton Crane's a good guy. He is a good guy. So Pablo, greetings to you, my friend, from the United States of America over there in Spain. We are international people. We are international. And while we're on the subject of Clayton Crane, some folks may have missed it. So here we go.
I was told if you wanted to see great YouTube content, go check out Reggie Clark.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I really
I was
do.
told by a guy with a gun. Yeah.
Well, I know. Your bodyguards are gonna like wrestle me down.
I'm not sure who the guy with the gun was, but yeah, let's just roll along. Shout out to my man Matt Woods for capturing that video for me. I absolutely appreciate that. I thought that was a really nice interstitial for me to be able to leverage from time to time. There he is, Matt Woods. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you, my friend. It is always good to see you. One of the blue wrenches up in here. Just Pele, it's good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I definitely appreciate that, my friend. And again, for those folks that are coming in a little bit late, we just doing a little bit of an impromptu live stream here to acknowledge the fact that the variant covers for the Regie Collects variant that we put out, there we go, have finally arrived and have already been shipped out to a lot of people that actually ordered the blue labels. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to the person that just bought something on the website. Definitely appreciate that. I get the buzz right to my watch. I definitely appreciate that. Edward, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Clayton Crane did forget the... It's great. Did forget the S on. I mean, it's better than putting the extra G on there. Okay. I'm about to release a video and the guy's name was Roberto. And I said Robert twice. So, hey, mistakes happen. Okay. Just recognize that I am not perfect and neither are my videos. Okay. Scrolling through Raging. How you doing, brother? Yeah, man. Yuko Smith did a fantastic job on this cover, man. He is such a talented guy. I first became aware of his work about maybe 2 years ago. There was a giveaway that was actually happening. It was a Wolverine cover. I saw it. I was like, that dude's talented. Let me click on this thing. Clicked on it, went to his site and was like, this guy has some talent. And we've done 2 covers together so far. And just a really talented guy, man. Just a really talented guy that I definitely appreciate. So what is that? Noah says, I guess Yuko is going to be in San Diego later this month for a signing. That's what's up. Good stuff, man. Oh, maybe that's Clayton Crane. That might be Clayton Crane. Xavier, it's good to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Definitely appreciate that. You glossed right over dude teaching his wife to drive. I saw wife, but I did not read the comment. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot going on up in here when you're doing a live stream. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to, to do all kinds of things all at once. There's so much stuff that you're trying to do all at the same time. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this live stream up. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for just a couple of minutes. I released a video yesterday and I think it is a good video. The quality of the lighting is not good. It was literally around the same time that I was setting up the new comic book room and I was still trying to tweak the lights. Like there's glare everywhere. It's not a great visual video, but I think if you just close your eyes and listen to what I'm saying, I think that you might appreciate some of what I offer up in that video. And just to point this out, that video is not a criticism of a YouTuber, a website, or an application, an app that provides us with information. Right? It is not a criticism of any of those things. What I am trying to say is that all of those things provide us with information, and it is up to us as individuals to think critically about that information and to make the right decision for us, for our collections, for our pocketbooks, for our family situations, for whatever it is, because you cannot outsource your decision making to a YouTuber or a website or to an app. That is the point of that video. It is not to criticize any of the aforementioned stuff. So I want to make that super clear, just because I'm not that guy that attacks people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that guy, but I will give you some things to think about. I will challenge some of your thinking and some of your assumptions because I actually like that myself. Challenge my thinking. See whether my idea holds water. If it doesn't hold water, you know what? Let's patch the hole in the boat and make it go faster, right? But if it does hold water, then at least consider some of the stuff that I'm saying and decide again what's best for you. Man, I'm telling you, The thing is, you know, 1G, I'm not apologetic about dropping one of them G's. I'm not going to be apologetic about that. You know, the thing is, man, is that I never want people to feel like I'm attacking them, that I'm telling them what to do, that I'm criticizing them, because it's not my gig. That's not my job. That's not who I am as a person, right? I can go hard in the paint. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want people to feel like I'm telling them what to do. That's not the game that I play. So, scrolling through, Scott, it's good to see you, brother. Definitely appreciate it. And again, I am going to wrap this up. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. If you need to reach out to me, as always, send me a message on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.